Hey buddy, it's Crazy Guitar 4 and welcome back to some more Super Smash Bros. For the 3DS. In the last one, we went through Classic Mode, of course, with the first Pokemon of the game, Pikachu. Yes, the yellow mouse, the electric mouse. It's not a rat, it's a mouse. Keep that in mind. But it was pretty cool, you know, first Pokemon. But today, we're going to be continuing Classic Mode by going through as the next Pokemon in the lineup, and one that decided to kind of, you know, leave the trio from Brawl. Charizard, yes, if you guys remember, of course, he used to be part of the trio, the Pokemon Trainer trio back in Brawl with Squirtle and Ivysaur. But yeah, decided to just be on his own this time around, and yeah. So we'll see how he works by himself. But first off, let's check out his alternate costumes. So we have the standard orange look, you know, the classic. We have a red look with a red color which resembles the Pokemon Charmeleon, which is the pre-evolved form of Charizard. We have a green outfit, and as well as a pink outfit, which seems to be a Smash Originals, but could also have some reference to maybe like a Pokemon of some sort. Potentially this could be like, I don't know, like an actual dragon, because a lot of dragons are like green, and this could be, I don't know what this one could be, actually. What this, maybe a Pokemon? I don't know, but likely Smash Originals. We have a yellow one, which resembles the shiny colorations of Charmander and Charmeleon, who are the other members of Charizard's evolutionary family. We have a white one, which resembles the Pokemon Aerodactyl. A blue color, which is based on the Pokemon Zubat and its evolved form Golbat. And finally, a purple color, which is based on its original shiny coloration from Pokemon Gold, Silver, and Crystal. Yes, it used to be purple, but then they of course changed it to black, which looks cool as well. Both looked really cool. I really wish they kind of added in the his current shiny look with like the black. I don't know why they didn't, but missed opportunity. So let's get started. Get into it with Charizard. Another heavyweight in the game, actually. So that's gonna be pretty cool. I mean, you know how. Maybe you know. We know how Charizard sort of was back in Brawl. You know, he was like the heavy hitter of the team. He was the bulky one. The slow one, he's definitely the slowest of the three, but he's definitely the hardest hitting of the three. So, you know, it was pretty cool to like be able to like switch between the three and like just figure out like when to use each of them, you know, which of them would be useful, like depending on like the situation. But now Charizard being the only one, it's like, it's different, you know? He's overall like kind of the same as he was in Brawl, with some minor updates to his moveset, primarily because Pokemon X and Y came out. Well, not even just X and Y, but like a few Pokemon games came out since Brawl, those being, I'm pretty sure, what was it, just? I think it was Platinum, Black, White, and Black 2 and White 2, as well as, of course, X and Y. Those all came out prior to Smash 4, or like between Smash 4 and Brawl, of course. Can you come up here really quickly? That'd be great. Falcon! Hold up. Oh, he's checking. Be careful. Oh! Let's do Flare Blitz! I missed? In what world? Wow, that's crazy. He actually went for that. Okay, Falcon's actually like kind of being a nuisance right now. Come up here. Come up here. Don't be scared. Wow. There we go. I hit that. That feels good. Oh, I was hoping I could hit him again. Boom! Stupid. Fell right into my trap. Alright, yeah. So Charizard, you saw, he's got some minor changes to his moveset. Primarily just that one move, Flare Blitz, but we'll get into that in just a moment. Let's go fight Rob, I guess. I don't know why I want to fight Rob, but we'll do it. But yeah, let's check out his special moves real quick, because he's got those to look over. So first off, we have well, let's get into the match first. Well, we have the first special move, the neutral special, which is Flamethrower. So Flamethrower, very similar to how it worked back in Brawl, and of course very similar to Bowser's Fire Breath, where he just expels a large flame of a large little, I guess, a large stream of fire from his mouth. The more you hold out the move, the weaker the stream gets, and the closer it actually gets to Charizard. So it's like it's basically becomes like barely existent after a little bit of time. But another thing about it is that just like Fire Breath, you can also hold up. Nice. just like Fire Breath, you can actually angle the, I guess, the general direction of the move, which is pretty cool. So you can angle it a little bit upwards, you can a little bit downwards. It's nice. It essentially is the same move as Fire Breath, just, you know, I think it's slightly smaller. Really? I think it's like slightly, really? Come on. I think it's slightly smaller of a move than Fire Breath is. Like, it's not as like thick of a move, I guess, if you want to call it. No shot he hit me out of Flare Blitz. That's crazy. But yeah, so essentially it's the exact same move. Nothing really crazy. Good spacing move, yada yada. So yeah, simple as that. I guess side special, we'll just look at real quick, because we have a few times. This is called Flare Blitz, where Charizard basically turns into this giant, like, flame, a corkscrew tackle flame, that he just, essentially he launches into the opponent, or just launches forward in a horizontal fashion. That is very strong, very good damage to it, very good knockback to it. One of his, like, best killing moves, if he can hit it off. One of the biggest things about it, obviously, is that it can, you know, cover a really good amount of horizontal distance and grant some bit of armor, but obviously depending on, like, you know, when you use it, of course, and when you get hit by the move, I should say. One of the biggest things I should probably mention about it, as you could probably see, is that if you use the move, you get a little bit of recoil damage from the move. I think it's like only 5% recoil damage. I'm dead, aren't I? Wow! The freaking game screwed me. That's so stupid. But yeah, so Charizard gets a little bit of recoil damage when using the move. It's not like terrible, but it is like still like noticeable. So you need to like really be careful. That was big brain on my part, by the way. But yeah, I mean, Flare Blitz, strong. If you were to hit an opponent or like hit a wall of some sort, then he would bounce off the wall. Sometimes, really? Sometimes if he were to hit... Oh, I swear if I died there. There we go, Rock Smash, that was smart. Oh, what? No shot. Get out of here. Sometimes if you were to like hit the move and like go near an edge, but he doesn't go off the edge, he then stops at the edge. I don't, if that makes any sense, by the way, that I've stated it. But yeah, that's just kind of how the move works. Yeah, it's basically about it. It has an extreme amount of overall lag, and it forces Charizard into a tumble that cannot be teched. So yeah, and of course, as you saw a few times there, if you use it improperly, then or if you there are times where you can use it and you could essentially end up SDing with the move. So you need to be really careful when using Flare Blitz. It's like the I can't speak properly. It's kind of like a high risk, sort of high reward move in his arsenal. So yeah, I mean, he obviously didn't used to have the move back in Brawl. Flare Blitz wasn't even a thing. I don't think Charizard could learn the move back in Brawl. I don't believe so. Maybe because Diamond and Pearl were out by that point. I don't think Platinum was, but Diamond and Pearl were. Let's go freaking Olimar, just because new character, new version of the team fight. Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's about that. Let's check out his up special real quick. This is obviously the classic. We know this one from Brawl. This being Fly, of course. And there's also Flare Blitz right there, so that's cool. So Fly is a pretty simple one, where Charizard just kind of launches himself upwards in a corkscrew fashion, and yeah, he kind of goes up in a forward angle, and it's like a multi-hit move on opponents that has a decent amount of knockback when he hits with like the last hit. The initial hit itself could also do a little bit of damage and knockback. Kind of gets opponents away from him. But like obviously what you would want to do, what you want to prioritize is of course the final hit, right? The full hit, the full capacity. I see that does a lot. It's a very, very good killer move actually. Very, very good killing option in Charizard's arsenal, absolutely. It's kind of like, it's a much safer Flare Blitz. That hits? In what worlds? Okay. Sure, I always hate freaking playing on this stage. It's such a garbage stage. I don't even know who the heck designed this. One of my least favorite stages back in Brawl. And of course decided to bring it back. Garden of Hope is not much better, but at least it's a little bit more playable than this stage. Yeah, so can be angled slightly, not much, but slightly. Covers a good amount of vertical distance. Has actually the lowest amount of startup lag out of Charizard's special moves. coming out on what, frame 9 or hitting on frame 9, so that's really good. And it also gets super armor. Earlier in the move, it actually can gain super armor, so Charizard kind of gets that, which is very, very good. And it's an incredible add a shield option for Charizard to use. Yeah, I mean, I mentioned respectable damage, good knockback, and yeah, I mean, that's about it. His horizontal air movement is actually greatly reduced afterwards, and its loop hits can actually be DI'd out of Charizard. So like, yeah, you can actually DI out of the move pretty easily if you know how to DI properly, of course. I mean, yeah, but that's basically about it for Fly. Nothing really that crazy, just a nice, good recovery, vertical recovery move that he has. Covers a good amount of distance. Yeah, simple. Nothing much to it. But then finally we have his down special, which used to, of course, be the Pokemon Switch. But now his down special in this game, which used to, of course, be his, what's it called? It used to be his side special back in Brawl, is Rock Smash, where he pulls out this big boulder or this big rock, and he smashes his head into it. And once he does that, he obviously does a big hit with the actual initial hit of the move, but also the rocks, the little smaller rocks that fly out of the big rock at the end, do extra damage. You know, they can there's some extra damage that can be done with the move itself, which is very, very good. Super, super good move for damage and for knockback. And he also gains a good amount of super armor from the move as well. So yeah, it's a very, very solid move to use, and it's like one of his best moves by far. So yeah, very, it gives him basically like a very safe landing option, and it's also useful against just like general incoming attacks. Sure, it has like some startup lag and end lag, but like, again, just like with the way the move works, it's very, very useful. It's a very good move. It's one of my favorite moves to use on Charizard, especially against like bosses. Boss battles used to be so fun with Rock Smash. It would literally just break the entire thing. But yeah, I mean, that's about it. That's it for Charizard's, whoa, okay. That's basically, that hit me? Sure. That's basically it for Charizard's special moves. Nothing really crazy. I mean, we kind of know how they all work, you know, back in, that was incredible, Daniel. Oh, nice. We know how most of them work aside from, Flare Blitz, but yeah. I guess one thing I could have mentioned from Flare Blitz is that the initial like startup of the move can actually be canceled out, not canceled out of, but like you can be hit out of it, and hit out of it even by just like something very small like a flamethrower from like an opposing Charizard or whatever. So yeah, be careful of that. I guess let's end off with the Flare Blitz. Wow, that does not end up nearly all that well. Fine, Fly. I'll take a Fly kill. Why the heck not? And yeah, that's basically about it for Charizard, you know? He's got some differences from Brawl. I feel like the way he overall works is about the same, I want to say. I think, maybe? I don't know. He's a very solid character. I've always liked playing as Charizard no matter what game it is. Okay, let's do credits. Credits time with Charizard. I do actually wonder how well he's gonna. I mean, pretty well, I would assume. He's got jumps. Yeah, Charizard is actually another character in this game that can actually have multiple jumps. He has more than 2 jumps. I think he has only like 4 jumps, if I'm not mistaken. 1, 2, 3. Never mind, he only has 3 jumps. Wow. He must be like a heavy boy. I think DDD has 4 jumps, if I'm not mistaken. Charizard sadly only has 3. He used to have a glide. I mean, we mentioned gliding a bit with like when I played through as Pit or as Meta Knight especially, how they used to have glides back in Brawl. Charizard was another one who used to have glides. Those are the 3 characters who used to have a glide of some sort, and it was a great glide. I mean, he's probably was. I mean, it was objectively the worst of the 3 glides, but it still was a good glide. Gliding in general for the 3 characters that had it, it was a very, very good mechanic. Very, very good, and it like kind of helped them a lot, especially with like recovery wise. It definitely helped Charizard a lot too, because he kind of like had some struggles with recovery in general. He obviously didn't have Flare Blitz back then in Brawl, so horizontal recovery wise he struggled a bit. He only had the Fly move for his up B. So having that glide helped in a huge amount. Even then, I feel like having glide in this game would have made him a bit better too for his horizontal recovery. Flare Blitz is solid, and it like really shoots him across, gives him a very good amount of horizontal recovery. The problem is like you can't just cancel out of the move, and you also take recoil damage, and you like get shot like a huge amount forward. With the gliding, at least you can like cancel out of it at some points. It's a bit slower, it's a bit more controllable. You can actually like angle it up and down, so it was really good. Gliding was just like very helpful at like for Charizard players, but of course, you know, they decided to get rid of it. Probably because of Meta Knights. I wouldn't be surprised if Meta Knight was the sole reason why gliding is like non-existent anymore. But yeah, sadly I have to blame Meta Knight for that. But I do. I apologize, Meta Knight. You're my boy, especially back in Brawl. But like, you know, you kind of ruined things a little bit. What the hell is that score? That's a garbage score. I just realized. Wait, I need to see. Okay, Pit got a really trash score as well. Let me see. 5. Meta Knights wasn't all that good. Zero Suits was less than 600. Zelda's was less as well. So was Diddy Kong. Luigi's was not that good either. 56. What the heck? 57. Yeah, Charizard so far has the worst score, which I'm super surprised about. Wow. Why are you so bad with Charizard? That's so strange. Okay, anyways, let's go into training mode real quick. Let's check out, of course, his taunts and his new Final Smash. You know, now that he is, of course, solo in this game, he's got a whole new Final Smash. So that's gonna be pretty cool to see. So first off, let's check out his taunts. Up taunt. Nice little roar with his wings flapping. We got the side taunt. Nice little intimidating stomp. Okay, and finally the down taunt. This is like a really big stomp that he has. Nice. The classic ones from Brawl, you already know them. And now finally his Final Smash, which this one is Mega Evolution. Obviously, you know, it's reminiscent of his Mega from Pokemon X and Y, in which he transforms into Mega Charizard X, not Mega Charizard Y. He has two big attacks, those being, of course, Fire Blast when you use the special button, and a Drill Rush of some sort. What is it? It's Fire Blast and Dragon Rush. That's what it's called. If you use his standard A attack. So yeah, both of those attacks do really good damage and knockback. Very solid. Unlike Yoshi's Super Dragon attack, Charizard doesn't gain invincibility, but instead gains super armor and flinch resistance. But the only problem with it is that receiving damage will shorten the duration of the attack. So yeah, I mean that's like about it. That's kind of just how the thing works. What's actually pretty cool about Fire Blast and Dragon Rush is that they are actually custom moves that Charizard can get for his side B and his neutral B. So that's pretty cool that they made that into custom moves, but also like moves for Mega Charizard X. So yeah, that's pretty nice. Also, Mega Charizard X they obviously chose instead of Y. I mean, we know why. I mean, like, even though Y technically is the better one in terms of like raw damage and whatnot, I think we can all agree that X is like the far better version, by far. But let's check out Charizard's trophy. The iconic fire-flying type Pokemon. Charizard's Scorching Breath can melt through anything in its path. It soars through the air, seeking only worthy foes to test itself against. In Smash Bros, Charizard unleashes the destructive Flare Blitz special move, a move so strong it even injures the user. So yeah, very reminiscent of the actual games where like you use Flare Blitz, you actually sustain some recoil damage. So yeah, there we have it, there's Charizard. Very fun Pokemon to play as. So yeah, that's it for today's episode of Pokemon. Whoa! I'm not playing a Pokemon game, we're playing Smash Brothers for the 3DS. In the next one, we're going to be continuing Classic Mode by going through as another Pokemon, this time being one of the more popular Pokemon from the Sinnoh games from Gen 4, that being Lucario, who also has the same voice actor as Goku in the dub of Dragon Ball, so that's pretty cool. I don't know if it's changed since then, but like it's always been a thing. So like we have our own Kakarots in Smash Brothers. But yeah, so subscribe, like, comment, all that good stuff. Social media including the Twitch, the second channel, music channel, VOD channel. It's all down below in the description. Go check it out. And with all that being said, I'll see everyone next time. Pop-Tart out.